Ba, 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 da, ba. Welcome to the stream. Third time's a charm, yeah? Or are we gonna drop frames again? Hopefully we don't drop frames again. I end up having to lower the quality just a little bit. Hopefully not too noticeable. But welcome back to the day after. If you're new to the series, it's a series we do over here on YouTube where we basically just talk about the game that just happened yesterday. So today we're going to be talking about Atlanta United versus Monterrey, the second leg of the CONCACAF Champions League. I don't have too much to talk about. The last couple ones have been super ranty, of course, with the new team, new coach, new players, yada yada. But this time, you know, there really wasn't too much to harp on, I guess is the best way to put it. But if you guys are new to the series, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button. Let me know you guys are enjoying the series. If you do end up subscribing and you want to stick around, turn on that post notification and make sure that you're up to date with whenever I go live, because then you can join in on the conversation, ask me some questions while we're streaming, and we can make this a bit more of a discussion, you know. But we do these episodes live, so if you guys do want to join in, you are more than welcome. Other than that, I'm just gonna check right here. But again, there's really not too much that I wanted to talk about in terms of this this game, because I didn't think too much went wrong. I do think we should have played more attacking to start with. Frank de Boer wanted to use this more as use it more as a building period and a just a game to build on more than an actual attempt to win the game. I think he won. Obviously you want to win the game. I'm not going to say he didn't want to win the game, but I do think there was that sense of a lack of urgency of some sort that ended up happening with the team. You could tell there were certain players on the pitch that really wanted it, other ones don't. But I guess we can just kind of talk about the players. Joseph looked tired but good. I think he could have done more, but he didn't really have the energy to. Barco looked great again. He's starting to try to take on less defenders and pass the ball a little bit more. And he's doing the things that you would like to see him do that are, in my opinion, are going to keep him in the team and keep him successful in the team. Barco's playing a lot better in terms of my opinion on how he should play this season than he did last season. There's still some stuff he's working on, but he is still a young player. So now I can feel like I can use that same argument that everyone used against me last year, that he's a young player and he's going to develop into a great player. So hopefully that ends up happening with Barco. Pity Martinez still looking a little rough, but he is shooting a little bit better, which is good to see. He's starting to get a little bit more confidence. The efficiency and I guess urgency really still isn't there. Maybe he's still tired, whatever it is. But he's definitely starting to look like he's becoming himself again in a sense. So I do hope to see Pity kind of develop a little bit more, but as of right now, still really not impressed with how he's playing. Going into the midfield, Nagby looked like he was playing a little bit further back this game, whether that's because he was tired or because Frank de Boer wanted to play a little bit more defensive in the midfield, but he didn't push forward as much. Eric Remedi played even a little bit more box-to-box than he usually does, and it actually looked pretty good. A lot of the offense was going through Eric Remedi, which I don't really want to see, but I'm glad that with him doing it, he's capable of doing it, and it looked good. So I won't be too mad about that either. On the left, Mikey Ambrose started really defensive in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game, and then after that was very attacking. But he didn't seem like he was really in the position, mindset, or maybe ability, I don't know, to actually go end to end of the field and play super defensive and super attacking, which understandable. Not many players have that level of work rate, so I won't give him too much harp for that, but I do think we still need somebody on the left that's going to be consistent over there, like a Greg Garza, or however you may have it. On the right side, Julian Gressel, still probably one of the best players on the pitch. A little bit less impressive this game. His passing wasn't quite on, but he did still play really well, so I'm not going to give him too much harp for that as well. And I think that's mainly just down to the fact that he's tired. He's played a lot. He just came off an injury. So again, I won't give him too much heart for that. Defensively, sorry, we looked really good. Miles Robinson, really, genuinely, as everybody is saying on social media, is our best player currently. It is really good to see him in the team. He's really coming into that middle center back role that I didn't think he was going to succeed too much in. I still want to see him on the right center back, but I am okay with him playing in that center back role. So if he wants to keep playing there, that's totally cool with me, and I think it'll be enjoyable to watch him this season for sure. The other center backs, Parkhurst pushed forward more than usual this game, still looked pretty decent. And then alongside them, who was it? Jeff Lorenowitz looked really good. There were a couple times he got a little too aggressive, pushed up into the middle of the field, but I still really like that about him. And it does give a little bit more pressure on the back line of our team, which I really do enjoy. So it is good to see Jeff back in there. And then Brad, decent game, came up with some saves, didn't really get challenged too much because Monterrey didn't really have to push forward that much. So understandable, which is cool. I'm fine with that. Let's see. Other than that, though, the development of the first half of the game, it was really slow pace. It was attacking and pressure, but against a super defensive Monterrey team that knew they just had to hold 3 goals, so they really weren't going to push that much. We had chances. We had a lot of creative looks throughout the first half, but nothing really coming together. Again, that 1 or 2 pass or run that really needed to happen didn't happen, which, whether that's formation, personnel, or chemistry, we'll see how that ends up playing out. Other than that, I'm trying to think really what else has been going on. But that game, again, it wasn't really good. It wasn't really bad. It was kind of in the middle. I think a lot of people are going to be okay with that. It's going to be a game to build on is what a lot of people are calling it. I don't think in any sense that we won the game. I mean, we did, but it was against a squad that really didn't need to score a goal, so I don't really consider it a win. I think a lot of people will, but I don't think we should. It's kind of a pity win more than anything if we really consider it a win. So that was a little disappointing to see that we didn't really push forward for more goals until we ended up scoring in the second half. The game genuinely changed once we made our substitutions. The energy that Tito brought into the team, the width that Tito brought into the team, it just built the team out so much more and flowed so much better with Joseph Martinez down the middle whenever he's not crowded by players that are going to run as fast as him or a little bit slower. It kind of left Joseph isolated, but when Tito came in the game, it spread the team out a little bit more. I'm still team start Tito, especially after that game. Who else came into the game? Kevin Kratz looked really good this game. He was defending and attacking well. Still was missing that last pass, but again, without the gameplay time, he's really still kind of warming into the season a little bit. But overall, it was a decent game, and I guess the only player I haven't talked about is Pogba, who I actually thought looked really good. My only worry with Pogba is I don't know where to play him. Whether that means maybe we put somebody on the left like Pogba or Miles or Jeff or somebody, but we kind of have to have a decent amount of pace there, and I don't know if Pogba has that, but he is probably one of the faster defenders. He definitely holds the ball well. He can skill a little bit. He's comfortable with the ball at his feet. And he looked a lot better in this game than he did in the USL game that he debuted in. So I think Pogba is going to be a solid addition, but I'm not entirely sure where he's going to fit in the squad. And I don't really know if he can start, and I would like him to start, but I don't know who you bench because Miles is by far the best player on the team currently. Parkhurst is our captain, hard to bench him, still playing well. Jeff Lorenowitz playing well, and LGP is obviously LGP, so he's playing really well. So again, it's like in a weird spot where it's like who plays where, who starts where. So I think our defense is in a really good spot. I just don't know about our attack, but our attack is still working together. And I think a lot of the bench players showed what we need out of our starters. So I'm hoping either we start some of our bench players or some of our starting players, notice how much running actually helps. So hopefully Pity kind of sees that and he puts a little bit more aggression to the game. I don't like that whenever Pity gets challenged, he stands still. He doesn't take the tackle. He avoids it and loses the ball. I would like to see him get involved a little bit more. It looks like he's playing a little scared, which could be a little discomfort thing. We'll see. But again, there really wasn't too much to take away from that game. It was definitely just a let's build on something in this game. Let's go out there and show the fans that we're capable of something. And they definitely showed they were capable of holding the ball, which we all knew they were. And put a couple of chances together as well, and definitely showed that we have a deep squad of players that deserve to play. But other than that, it really wasn't too much. I really would have loved to see us push a little bit harder. As Luke says in the chat, up the Gunners. Arsenal made the comeback. Juventus made the comeback. There's just like all of these teams. Red Bulls looked really comfortable in the first half. They almost made the comeback, but ended up falling out in the second half. But I honestly probably would have rather seen that than see us come away with a 1-0 victory loss on aggregate. Especially going into a Philadelphia game where we're going to be playing against a strong defensive possession-based team, that it's going to be difficult for us to win the way that we're playing attacking-wise. I would like to see us attack faster and stronger like we did last season, and I think we could win on Sunday, but Sunday is going to be a tough game. I think a lot of people are thinking it's going to be a wash of a game, an easy game, but I think that's what we thought about Cincy, and that didn't go well either. If we only have a couple chances on goal, like genuine chances on goal, Andre Blake is most likely going to save those chances because he's that good of a keeper, and it's going to put us in kind of a bad spot. So I don't really know where we're going to go from that. What lineup would you go with versus Vancouver? Vancouver isn't the next game. Philadelphia is the next game, if you mean that. But in terms of Vancouver, I don't even know who we should play. They're genuinely like one of the worst teams in the league right now, though. But the Philadelphia Union is the next game. That's going to be on March 17th. That is St. Paddy's Day. And then we'll be back on Monday for another episode of the day after. But I think on Sunday, our players have to rest. I mean, I guess at this point, you may as well play them, I guess, because they're going to go on international break right now anyways, and they're going to be off for a week and a half, so they'll have a 10-day break, except for Joseph, Pity, and Tito. I don't think Pity will play, but you never know. Maybe he'll get in, but on current form, I don't know if the manager's going to want to play Pity. Joseph will obviously start. Which is a little worrying, especially with how much he's been playing, and he always goes all out for the international team, so I am a little bit worried about that, I won't lie. And then Tito, I mean, he hasn't been playing enough anyway, so hopefully he can go out there and do a lot with Paraguay and Miggy to prove himself there. But honestly, on Sunday, we need to keep some of the attackers in there, maybe. I say bench Pity, give him the day off, let him go condition for 2.5 weeks, let him do what he needs to do to kind of get his game together. Start Tito and Barco together. Barco doesn't have to go on international break. You may as well gas him out if he's capable of playing. I think that's kind of how a lot of the players are. If they're capable of playing, I think they are going to play, just because we only have 3 players going on international break, so there's a lot of players that can be played and will be played. At least that's what I think Frank de Boer is going to do. A 10-day break is pretty hefty. I mean, obviously the team will be working conditioning, working on chemistry and stuff like that, which is my only worry, is that during the international break, Pity and Joseph will be on international break, and Tito for that matter. So our top 3 that's having issues currently is not going to be together during our first break away from the league and away from CONCACAF now. And it kind of puts us in a weird spot where we don't really know what to do from here. And we're just going to have to keep fighting through it and hope that it clicks finally and Barco, Pity, and Joseph can figure it out, or Tito hopefully gets in the team and helps chemistry-wise there. But other than that, it's kind of a weird spot to be in. Again, this game didn't really give us too much to talk about, but I did figure, let's keep it consistent. Let's talk about the game. I think we'll learn a little bit more in the Philadelphia game, and then once we're back from the international break, we'll really be learning about what the team's going to look like going forward, and how the chemistry is going to build out. Luke says, did you watch Arsenal? I did not watch the Arsenal game. I watched the highlights of the Arsenal game, but I was at work. The only issue with being a U.S. fan of an English team is that they play during work for me, so it was near the end of my shift. But I did see the highlights. I saw the mask. Dope. Cool. It was a good game. It was good to see us come back. That's what I wanted out of Atlanta United. That's not what I got out of Atlanta United. That's okay. Team still looks like it's progressing, and that's as much as we're going to take from it for now. But yeah, like I said, that's going to be a short episode today, just because, again, there wasn't too much to talk about. The team really didn't give us too much to talk about. There wasn't anything that we learned from this game that we didn't know from the previous game, other than Pitty's probably going to score in the next couple games once he figures out his shot comfortably. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll come back on Monday after the Philadelphia game, hopefully seeing some of the bench players, maybe seeing a different formation. You never know. But we'll leave it there. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely turn on post notifications. That way you know when I go live. That way you can join the conversation on Monday. Other than that, I hope you did enjoy, and I will see you next time. And I'll also be streaming on Twitch after this. Probably literally right now. Other than that, deuces. Bye.